The Monkey, directed by Oz Perkins and starring Theo James as Bill and Hal, follow twin brothers who find a mysterious wind-up monkey, who causes a series of outrageous deaths that tear their family apart. 25 years later, the same monkey begins a new killing spree, forcing the brothers to confront the cursed toy. So this is directed by Oz Perkins, who is the director of Longlegs from last year. I like Longlegs a lot. It was pretty good, though not too scary or engaging. I think I gave it a 7. Longlegs was a little goofy, but mostly super serious and dark. Off the trailers, the monkey looks really goofy and stupid, but in a really good way. I really don't expect this movie to actually be scary. I just hope it's as dumb and silly as possible. It would be nice to see two sides of Oz Perkins' directing style. Yeah, I think this movie looks pretty good. Looks like a fun, goofy horror film. Also, this movie's gonna be screening in churches. That's insane. Has anyone ever heard about that? Okay, I'm gonna go see it now. Not actually in a church though, in a theater. I'll be back with my initial thoughts. I got mixed thoughts on this one. I think a lot of it was good because of like a so bad it's good kind of enjoyment, like really strongly, because it's actually purposely done this time for it to actually be like really bad, but then it turns out being good because it's so bad. But on the other hand, the movie was kind of objectively really bad, but I had a really good time for the most part. I just had a good time. There's an old guy next to me who laughed every single time someone got killed, which like made my experience like way better because that was funny. And yeah, it was, well, I don't know, I have like mixed thoughts right now, but when I have the actual review, you know, I'll have my full thoughts. So that out of the way, initial thoughts, not my initial thoughts, just my actual review. Yeah. Can you feel the light? One of my favorite elements of the film was the tone. As I already said in the trailers, this movie is definitely different from Longlegs in the fact that it's stupid as hell and doesn't care about what is going on whatsoever. None of these characters feel like real people, and it kinda adds to the chaotic, unlikable tone of this movie. Besides maybe the main character, everyone else is not a real person. They are all so mean for literally no reason. And the characters who aren't mean are just the most passive-aggressive, annoying characters ever. That's not a bad thing though. I really liked how mean this movie was. It really added to the really cruel world of this movie. Additionally, the movie itself is just really stupid, so like the music is constantly super over dramatic, and I mean obviously this movie is about a wind-up monkey that kills people and can teleport. There's pretty much no direction this movie could have taken to be serious like Longlegs. You absolutely have to lean into that ridiculous plot, and I think this tone really works and fits the movie. It's one of the main appeals for me. Another one of the main appeals for me was obviously the monkey. The way the monkey works is really cool. Love how despite him being contained and controlled by rules, he can still do whatever he wants. Like the characters can control him, but despite this, the monkey still has the edge on them by being a random chaotic factor that kills whoever he wants, keeping the main characters alive just for the sake of it. The monkey itself has a really good design. I really like the big smile he gets when you turn the key. I do think having cymbals instead of drums would be so much better, but the drumming still works really well in this movie and is a good replacement. As I'll get into later, this movie isn't nearly as good without the monkey being the center focus, but once he gets thrown back in, the movie becomes really fun again. The ending for this movie is really good with the monkey doing some crazy kills. I just really like the idea of the main characters all having this drama going on, while the monkey is just this god above them that does whatever he wants. I also really like the kills in this movie. They're all really stupid and work pretty well in this film. I mean, I don't want to spoil them, but most of them are very solid and good, though there is a death with some bees in this movie that goes crazy hard. It's a completely insane, nonsensical death that legit makes no sense but works so well. This movie's stupid tone kinda allows it to just kill people in the most insane, bizarre ways possible, which adds to the freak accident aspect of this movie. This isn't a spoiler because it's in 2 seconds in the film, but for example, one of the monkey's kills involves having a snake in a golf hole. How does this even happen? The monkey just spawned in a snake? Yeah, the kills in this movie are very solid, but they work especially well when they lean into the insane tone of the movie. Okay, so pretty much everything I've talked about so far are positives from the movie that draw from a so bad it's good kind of element. But seriously, there are some actual good stuff that shows this movie was directed by a really competent director. Sometimes just on occasion, this movie has some crazy creative shots and amazing dissolved transitions that flow super well. There's also some really good metaphorical storytelling with a parental cycle of kids having absent fathers, plus the main message, while handled poorly, is really cool. The metaphor for death being accidental with the monkey always causing accidental kills instead of direct kills was really nice. It's these really good elements though that add even more to the insane tone. It's really funny when this movie is so goofy then it hits you with some actual good stuff. Okay, so I've been positive so far in this review, but the movie is pretty bad. It has some really bad storytelling and its pacing is all over the place. The dialogue for all these characters, while sometimes really funny, is usually really standard and boring. Also, the kid character, Petey, stinks. He's kind of funny when he's super aggressive and annoying, but sometimes this movie has some actual serious emotional stuff with him and I can't stand it. It's so annoying. I just kinda had to get that out of the way for the bad section of this review. It's a bad movie on an objective scale. My biggest issue with the movie is the middle half where the monkey barely shows up. It really drags, but isn't the worst because of the silly tone of everyone just being a sociopath in this movie. It leads the lack of the monkey to still be decent, but it's still a really long section of this movie before the monkey even shows up again, and that really starts to get old fast. Plus, when this movie does try to be serious, it falls flat. I'm kinda convinced these serious moments are meant to be jokes because they are so pointless and don't work at all with the goofy tone of this movie. Maybe they're supposed to fit in with the constantly switching tone, but at the same time, I think this movie would be so much better if they cut out all that serious stuff and more focused on being as dumb as possible. As said before, I do like the message of this film, but towards the end, they really start spelling it out to you, and that does not work at all. I just wish this movie about a literal wind-up monkey was less serious. Lastly, there is some pretty bad acting in this movie. It's all over the place. The main actor, Theo James, was quite good as both Hal and Bill, but everyone else isn't very good. The acting is really all over the place. Some people are good, but some people are flat out awful. It's a complete tonal nightmare, and while again that kind of adds to the insane tone, I don't know, just try to direct better or get better actors, and if you don't want to do that, just stop having serious moments and go full in on the stupid tone. It's a movie about a wind-up monkey, come on. There's also a lot of reliance on child acting, which never really works. The flashback for the first 3 minutes or so of the movie are all child actors, and they're trying their best, but it really does not work at all. Plus, the main character's kid Petey is like a main character here, and he's also not that great at acting, especially emotionally, as I said previously. Overall, I had a good time with this movie, but it is seriously flawed. I get why people think it's the worst thing ever, and I get why people like it so much. My favorite element would be the monkey and how it works, and my least favorite element would be the unnecessary serious storytelling. And so I'm gonna give the monkey a high 6 out of 10. Thanks for watching. My channel is kind of in a desert view-wise. I'm starving here, but hopefully I get out of this stub soon. Oscar video at the end of the month, since I drop a big video at the end of every month. If you can, comment on my last video, which is M&A, if you want to be in the next M&A episode. Subscribe, like, comment if you found this review through the shorts, and thanks for watching. This is an epic outro.
Sorry, I asked why you stopped playing, and your version of an answer was to turn into a wind-up monkey.